What if we made a power plant just based off human waste?
Yeah, that'd be rad. I always thought like it would be super cool. Like I thought
that does generate heat.
Yeah, it does.
That would generate electricity.
Yeah.
Stay informed. Tune in to Ginger Frequency. Wednesdays, 9 a.m. Join the resistance. With your host, Chad.
And be here. Do you copy?
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Welcome to the couch.
Back to the couch.
Yeah, this is the protest couch.
What episode is this? What are we on?
This is episode 15.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I think this is episode 15.
Episode 15.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's finally starting to warm up a bit.
Yeah, spring's here finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just Easter and
Easter.
420 on the same day.
Same day. Same day.
Do you have any like weird, obscure 420 facts?
Well, if I remember right, it's Hitler's birthday on 420.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So, not it's obscure. I don't know if it's like a fun fact, but
Was this the day Jesus came out of a coma too?
yeah. So no,
Because he definitely didn't come back to life.
Well, he died, and then he came back as
Bullshit.
a
He was
Jesus.
probably-
He came back
He
as
was probably just in a
zombie
coma.
Jesus. Zombie Jesus. So like, but so even like they went to the cave where he supposedly was, and he wasn't there anymore. So
He woke up and walked around.
my standing theory is some like coyotes dragged him out and ate
probably.
him. But
Did nobody see him after that?
no, he just disappeared.
Oh,
and he's
yeah,
been Jesus
animals
ever-
probably got him.
Yeah,
Eat him.
or it was the wrong cave.
Or
It's not like they had Google Maps. They couldn't pin the cave. So
I bet animals just got him, dragged him out,
yeah,
ate him. And
or ate him, or they like buried him somewhere else,
Yeah.
or
somebody found his body and decided to bury it.
resurrected himself. So he like comes back to life after being dead and stabbed and tortured.
I thought we were just
And then-
celebrating a bunny that could lay eggs.
Yeah, so no, that's what we celebrate, a guy coming back to life. So we're celebrating a man that came back to life after being tortured and killed and put in a cave with a big stone wall over it. We celebrate that every year by a bunny that lays eggs.
Now, do you think those eggs have little bunnies in them? Or does it lay eggs that actually have chickens in them?
No, it's just a...
Maybe that's the answer to the chicken and egg question. It was actually a bunny.
It was a bunny. Oh my gosh.
That explains it. We cracked the case.
We totally just cracked the case. So the White House did like this big egg roll. I'm not like
they decided to use
not like
real
not like
eggs.
an egg roll, but like an egg.
hunt.
They rolling eggs.
Oh,
they roll eggs over the White House lawn.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
it's like they're not even
But
hunting
did
for
they use
eggs.
like 30,000 of them?
Real eggs.
Yeah, well, during a time when there's not enough eggs.
Yeah. Everybody's struggling to even buy one carton of eggs, but
Let's
they're
use
gonna
real
buy.
eggs.
Yeah, so they bought 30,000 regular eggs, and they're all saying,
They
well,
could have fed like 30,000 homeless people with some eggs.
absolutely could have fed a bunch of people, because they're not going to eat them. They're just going to throw them all
Yep.
away afterwards. So the thing that gets me is they used all these real eggs to roll across the White House lawn. You know what's wild is we looked it up this morning, right? And the tradition of like the bunny laying the eggs was from German immigrants in the 1700s.
Immigrants started that tradition.
Yeah, so while we're kicking out all these immigrants out of our country, we're celebrating something that immigrants brought to our country, and everybody, like a bunch of people, mostly America, but people around the world too, they celebrate like the bunny leaving the eggs, which does not make any sense to me. Like that's
I don't know. I wonder how they came up with that.
Yeah, well, it's just all like folklore or whatever.
Weird.
I don't know. Like, it is very bizarre. It's very bizarre. But yeah, so we celebrate Zombie Jesus Day by a German immigrant's folklore of a bunny laying eggs for the children. Yeah.
So I found a way for you to become a millionaire.
Oh yeah.
If you invent something that like recycles or decomposes 96 bags of poop left on the moon, NASA will pay you $3 million.
Oh my gosh. So I could probably figure that out. Like, I think I already got it figured out.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just need some composting worms and like a little tank that has oxygen in it. I don't even know if worms need that much oxygen. So you could probably have some kind of little tank.
Do you think they want this done on the moon where the bags are?
Yeah.
So, like,
they wanted to compost
with no
on the moon.
atmosphere and stuff, like, the worms aren't going to live to decompose.
Well, that's the thing, though. Okay, so, like, with the worms, they emit, like, the decomposing process creates gases. And
well, those gases are just going to leave the moon's surface.
No. Well, if you put it in, like, if you put, like, a little cap on it.
Okay.
And, like, there was a little cap, and then this whole ecosystem would start to form, right? So you would just have to pump, like, a little bit of oxygen into it, right? That you could have, like, a little, like, you know, like, those Glade plugins where they just, like, every 20 minutes they, like, do a little poof. They could do something like that where it, like, does a little poof of oxygen into the air.
We know there's water on the moon. Is there any way to, like, use water to
There's water on the moon?
There's ice under the surface.
Oh. Yeah. Well, okay, yeah. So, if there's oxygen, like, trapped in the ice. So you have to have, like, oxygen or something that would help decompose or compost, like, the poop, right? Because the poop is going to compost itself, but they also have to figure out how to not keep it frozen, and by piling it up and decomposting it, so they would have to mix it.
How would you not make it frozen?
So
it's so cold on the moon.
Well, the thing is, when things are decomposting or composting and decomposing, they actually generate heat. From all the chemical reactions and stuff. And so,
what if we made a power plant just based off human waste?
Yeah, that'd be rad. I always thought, like, it would be super cool. Like, I thought
that does generate heat.
Yeah, it does.
That would generate electricity. Yeah.
So, because we could have it, like, a little fan going or something. Yeah. I always thought, like, you know, all the methane from cows, like, it would be, I think it would, you just pile all that stuff up and, like, gas, you know, like, put a little tube and then, like, harbor the methane from that and try to figure out how to, like, run cars off of it.
Well, the methane's what heats up the planet really bad.
Yeah.
So that would make global warming even worse.
But, I mean... But if they figured out how to convert the methane into, like, air, like, there's got to be a way to convert methane into something that could make an engine run. And then by that process could convert it into something else. Maybe, like, I don't know. I'm not a fucking scientist. I mean, like, a mad scientist, but not like that. But anyway, so I think what they would do to get, because it's like $3 million, right? They're offering $3 million to figure out how to compost, like, a bunch of shit on the moon. So I think they would have to get, like, a little capsule, a little tank, like a catchment tank or something. Get some composting worms. They would have to throw some TP in there because they would need like a plant material to, like, mix with it, right? And, like, by that process, like, if you put the composting worms in there, because they breathe in the CO2 and breathe out oxygen, and
couldn't they just burn it?
Huh?
Get, like, a flame.
Oh, no, they breathe in oxygen and then breathe out CO2. And, like, by that process of them eating the poo and then pooping out the worm castings, it creates, like, an atmosphere. They could totally use worms. Yeah. They could use worms, and then all they would have to do is, like, every once in a while they'd have to rotate in, like, some green waste, which they could use toilet paper. Like, because when you wipe your ass, you use toilet paper, and that's a plant's matter.
I got an idea.
Okay.
You pick it up, chuck it off the moon into space.
So I think that's what Jeff Bezos wants to do. He wants to start, is it Jeff Bezos or Elon? I'm pretty sure it's Jeff Bezos who wants to start just launching our garbage out into space.
Might as well.
Yeah, I mean, might as well at this point, right? Might as well.
Because they got their rockets, like, good enough where they're not blown up anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, just send all their waste into the sun. Just burn it up.
It just makes me think of Joe Dirt with that, like, frozen ball of poop that he finds and thinks is a meteor.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if a pile of shit and garbage collects, like, binds together, like it kind of does, and gets frozen. That'd be funny
if that's how Earth originally got life, was a shit asteroid that hit Earth, and it had all the, like bacteria and stuff in it, and that, like, start a life on Earth.
For fucking real, though. So I'm actually, I would get kind of nervous that it would, like, turn into, like, it would, like, collect together and get really solid and frozen and then, like, turn into a meteor. Like, what if it came
back and, like, killed us all? Yeah. We get death by our own shit.
The circle of life.
Man, so, Zelensky claims troops captured Chinese soldiers fighting in Russia. If that's true, World War III is already happening.
Oh, well, I've been saying that this whole time. Like, as soon as Russia invaded Ukraine, World War III has started.
Well, that was just a war between them, but then they got North Korea involved, and
Well,
now if
America
China's
got
fighting
involved.
in there,
America got involved.
well, we're just giving them weapons. We're not fighting with them.
Or when World War II started, they didn't know World War II was happening yet.
Right.
Because it started with Russia or Germany invading Poland, right? And then all these other countries got involved. And then I think it was like several years later that it was officially known that World War II had already started. We're already in World War III.
It feels like it.
We are.
They're
though. We are.
saying China's planning on invading Taiwan in 2027.
Yeah, they've been talking about that for a while now. Yeah, because there were some protections that have been lifted and all this stuff, and like America wants to like hold territory in Taiwan because they're supposed to, because they make a lot of our products and stuff. You know,
they're like a free country right now. Like they have democracy and stuff, and China doesn't want that.
Yeah, well, it's a good trading spot, and then it's also a good like strategic like military spot to like hold. You know, and so they've been trying to. Everybody's been trying to capture that place for a while. Same with like Greenland. You know, it's just like. It's like they're playing with toys they don't know how to use.
Talking about playing with shit. Trump paused his tariffs after he crashed the stock market, and then but it's still crashing. But he said, "Oh, this is a good time to buy." Right after he paused it, and all his billionaire friends made $1 billion. It's like he should be thrown in prison for inside trading right there.
Well, he paused it.
You're not allowed to do that.
So when the stock market started crashing, he's like, "This is an excellent time to buy," because everything was just tanking.
He said that the morning he paused his tariffs.
Yeah.
So he informed everybody, "Hey, buy up because the stock market's about to rebound."
Yeah, that's insider trading. And then wasn't he like bragging a few days later about how all of his friends are
there was
making
a
money?
news clip of him saying, "Oh, this guy got 100 millions. This guy got billions." It's like,
not us.
Because of
not
me.
us. That that's illegal, right? Insider trading is illegal.
Well, one of the senators are looking into it. Like,
good. One of them.
One of them.
Okay.
Nobody has fucking balls in our Senate or Congress.
Like, grow some fucking balls, y'all. Like, how much would it take to just walk up to his office and be like, "Yo, we're putting you under citizens arrest."
That'd be awesome. Just some civilians went up there.
Yeah. Well, we can't. I think we can.
Yeah.
I think it's actually a part of the Constitution.
He'd probably just get like his security guards.
Because I think we have rights as American citizens for a tyrannical government.
Oh, and then he does an executive order for water pressure on showers. I'm sure he did that just to hide whatever bad news was in the news that day about.
Well, he's trying to hide. So I remember hearing about that. So what he's doing is he released a bunch of water that's like been flowing through California to make it to all these other places that say they need water. Well, in doing that, he's like leaving other places without water. Like all these farmers, and there's like a bunch of drought, like New Mexico and like Utah and all these other places, Nevada. They're like making it to where they have no water, and everybody's freaking out. And these are people I've been hearing interviews on NPR and all kinds of places where they're farmers that have voted for Trump, and they're like, yeah, if he could just get the message that like we're really hurting and we don't know why this is happening. I can't believe we're all getting fired and we don't have enough water for our crops. But I mean, I trust him. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. That's like being in an abusive relationship where you're like he won't hit me again. He won't hit me again. He said he was sorry. He said he loves me.
And then he hits you with 146% tariffs on
commerce. Yeah, and then he hits you again. Yeah, and then you're like, oh, he won't. He promised he wouldn't hit me again. Yeah, no, this is like the MAGA people. They're all just like they're all stuck in this like abusive relationship with Trump because he doesn't give a fuck about them. But they're like so in love with him. They're so in love with him, and they keep saying like we have Trump derangement syndrome because we are just calling it like we're just trying to like we want them to take accountability. They never will. But we're just calling them out.
He's trying to defund NPR and PBS now.
Of course he is.
He doesn't want the truth getting out.
Yeah. Because I think NPR is actually a pretty reputable. Some stuff they get, not very often, but there's a few things where it's like, a little bit of misreporting. But I would say like 98% of the time they're like accurately reporting. And they do it unbiasedly too.
And then Associated Press, the Supreme Court said they had to be allowed back into the press conferences at the White House.
Yeah.
And then they went and they wouldn't let them in.
Oh
so
my gosh.
I think the White House should be like held to something for that because they're breaking the law of what the Supreme Court said. You know?
Well, they're suppressing reporters, and that's that's dictator stuff. And then like Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary, she has been on a roll. As much as I think she's a horrible person, she deserves a medal for the amount of lying she's been having to do. She has to lie out her ass all day long. Like, she has to lie about everything, and she's pretty fucking good at it, which is like sociopathic a little bit.
The best.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the like. I couldn't keep all that shit straight. Like, I don't know how she's doing it, but
I think what happens is you just start believing it after you lie that much. Like, because I think Trump really believes like the election was stolen from him. You know.
Yeah, I don't.
It wasn't.
Well, if you tell yourself the same lie over and over and over, eventually you start to believe it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Eventually
I think he really believes his own lies.
Yeah.
So, you know that man that was mistakenly sent to El Salvador? Well, Supreme Court said Trump had to start negotiating to get him back to the United States.
Yeah, it was a 9-0 ruling that he had to bring him back.
Trump hasn't yet, and now the president of El Salvador is saying he's not returning him. So there's a bunch of senators going over there to try to get him back. Yeah. And it's like, I bet Trump told the president don't release him.
Oh, yeah.
But why does Trump not want this one guy specifically?
Because he would have to admit he was wrong.
I thought they did admit they accidentally sent the guy.
Yeah, briefly. And I don't even think Trump did personally. It was his team that said it briefly, that we made a mistake. But no, by
why
him,
not just get him back?
Because he would look weak to his supporters.
I guess.
Yeah. And so, like, the other day when, the president of El Salvador was like, well, you can't expect me to fund a trip for a terrorist to come back to America. I'm not going to do that. And that sounds like something Trump put in his ear, you know? And it's super, I feel bad for that guy. He had, was it Kilmar? He has a wife and kids and stuff, and he was like wrongly deported over there, and I don't think he's gonna be able to come back. Like, because what is a couple senators gonna do? They're not even gonna let them through the door. They're not gonna let him. I
think they at least moved him from that one high security prison there to like a different one. So hopefully he doesn't get stabbed or something.
Yeah, that's gonna be the thing. It's like right when the papers go through, he's gonna be like disappear. What they're doing is there's this other reporter, and Caroline Leavitt, that keeps saying like, no, he is a terrorist. Like, they keep pushing.
He's not, though.
He's not a terrorist. He didn't do anything wrong. But they keep saying that. And so that's the only thing that's getting played on Fox News. So if they actually did bring him back, it would show that Trump was wrong. And Trump can't be wrong. The king can't be wrong. He doesn't poop. He doesn't burp.
You would think crash in the stock market is enough evidence he's wrong.
We just have to trust him. Like, just like that lady, she's like, I don't care about my 401k. I trust him. He's going to bring that back. Well, she's about ready to go into retirement. Good thing she's got some money saved up. Nobody else has got money saved up. But
the money I did have saved up is gone now.
It's gone.
Because it was in stocks and stuff. Speaking of Elon, he just... made the goal for Doge. It was like $2 trillion he was gonna save, like, from the government. He just lowered it to 150 billion. So that's like a tiny little fraction of the amount he said he was gonna save.
Wow. And it hasn't really helped anything. He's just kind of ruined everything.
Yeah.
Like, all these people have gotten fired, and these people are still... There's people who are starting to wake up a little bit and be like, oh, I got fucked over really hard, and I got fired, and now I can't get a job anywhere else. Like, they're gonna have to start working at McDonald's,
Oh, the entire security, like, tech department in the Pentagon quit. So now they're, like... vulnerable to cyber attacks.
Oh, well, I mean, we've been vulnerable for a while, so that sucks.
JFK Jr. Pissed off some people.
Fucking, is that the brainworm guy? Crackly brainworm?
He was telling people that, like, autistic people will never have girlfriends or pay taxes and have jobs, and that he's planning on finding the cause of autism by September.
I mean, if he does, like, fucking cool, but why is it so specific? Why is it so specific? Does he already know?
No,
he doesn't. He's not gonna find out.
He just threw that.
Well, it's like a mental.
back his head. Sure.
I really think that like problems with the human race, like all those kind of things are like environmentally, like the environment does change us.
There's so much pollution.
Yeah, but it's like everything we eat. It's like I don't think it's just one thing that he's gonna be able to just like flip through a book and be like, oh, it's this.
I bet it's like a mixture of like pesticides, plastic pollutions, like
the water,
oil,
the fucking
the water we drink, like
all the food we eat, sugar,
all the shit in the food.
I mean, everything we eat is covered in pesticides and fertilizer, and then it's sprayed off with like cleansing chemicals and preservatives, and like you can't get anything, like you literally can't get anything organic unless you grow it yourself, and don't use Miracle Grow soil. So you could grow an organic garden, but not if you use Miracle Grow soil.
I bought some topsoil last year for my yard, and it had a warning on it. There's ingredients that can cause cancer in it. Yeah. It's like, so you're supposed to use this to grow food and it causes cancer?
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah, because there's like heavy metals and stuff from the fertilizer and the stuff they mix in there. Like, and all the pumice stone and all the stuff to make it aerated and stuff. Like, they spray all kinds of crap on there, like bleach and whatever, and it's like, I'm neuro-spicy. It's like, I pay taxes. What the fuck? Like, I don't want to pay taxes. Like, I got a boyfriend. What the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
saying they can't hold... Yeah. There's tons of autistic people that hold jobs and have girlfriends. Like, it's so, like, out of line.
We could write a poem. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's like, what the hell? Like, so pissed.
Yeah, and then we find out CT scans are causing over 100,000 new cases of cancer every year. It's like, how did they not know this sooner? Like, wow.
Well, I mean, it's kind of been like knowledge, like within like the sphere of people who have gone to like any kind of medical college or anything, but like most people don't know. Like, if you didn't go to medical college, like you wouldn't really know that.
I guess it's like 5% of all cancer causes is from CT scans.
Didn't you say that like it was like 103,000 people a year get diagnosed with cancer from CT?
100,000.
Oh, 100,000. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, it's crazy because I've had MRIs and CT scans. I've had hella x-rays and stuff.
They're saying you got about a 5% chance of getting cancer getting one of those scans. Well,
did you know like people who fly and stuff too, get hella radiation poisoning and stuff. Also, when you go to the airport and they scan you, like the x-rays can give you cancer and stuff too. So all those times where I was having anxiety, like, and I've probably had 100 x-rays. Like, I'm probably just gonna, like, I've been going in there worried that I have cancer. I'm probably gonna get cancer now from getting a fucking x-ray. Like, that's great. That's great.
And then the FDA, which is supposed to protect our food, I guess was covering up a E. coli outbreak in 15 states.
Of course they fucking were. Yeah, and because Trump loosened all the regulations to everything, so now they don't have to report anything.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that was one of his executive orders, wasn't it? He didn't have to release it.
Yeah. Anybody knows this, but like, you should wash your vegetables. Wash your fucking vegetables, like when you get them from the store.
Covered in pesticides.
They are covered in preservatives, pesticides, poop. A bunch of people touch them while they're harvesting them. They go through packaging. They go through customs. They go on planes. They go all over the place. Everybody, like 1,500 people have touched your vegetable. So just rinsing it off, it's like, yeah, I know. I'm lazy sometimes too. I definitely am like risking death every time I don't like rinse off a vegetable properly. But we were supposed to put like 2 capfuls of peroxide in there and let them soak for like
capfuls
of peroxide.
I was like, catfuls.
Yeah, 2 capfuls. Yep. No, 2 capfuls of peroxide in with the water and let them soak for like 15 minutes, and then that will like
does the peroxide like
it neutralizes pesticides, pesticides and fertilizer.
You would think that would like kind of kill off like anything good about the plant.
No. It doesn't kill. No? It doesn't kill the nutrients in the plant. Oh, okay. But it also, it removes any kind of like E. coli, that kind of shit, and then also it neutralizes like you can put baking soda too in there and peroxide. You gotta be careful because you don't want to make it like a vegetable volcano because that
you create like some poisonous gas. Like,
yeah, well, it doesn't create like a gas, but it does like foam up a lot. If it's straight out of the ground, I love that soil smell. Which who doesn't though? Like a carrot like pulled fresh out of the ground tastes and smells so good. But from your own fucking garden if you know that there's nothing gross. Even there could be slugs. Like you can get like slugs are super gnarly. Like if you ever see a slug in your lettuce, throw that whole shit away.
That's probably how JFK got brainwashed.
Yeah, because you can get like rat lungworm disease, and it like eats your brain and stuff. Like it's like parasites that eat your brain.
It's been episode 15. Can't believe it. Time flies.
Time does fly. Yeah. Good night.